Alright, so y'all know I like Game of Thrones and I want some positive content-ish for a change. So what's your crazy conspiracy theory? Mine is personally that Viserra herself because of her situation. Okay, like, let's look at it this way. Viserra was a very pretty girl. Barely got attention from her parents. And, of course, she was starting to turn into her sister Sarah a little bit. When her mother was like, oh, it's time for you to get married, she's like, oh boy, here we go. After Alyssa died, she went to her brother Balon. She snuck into his room naked. She was drunk as fuck. I mean, just regular Targaryen things, y'all. Nothing important here. And she was basically begging Balon to marry her. And he was like, nah, I'm good. So her mom basically arranged for her to marry an 80-year-old man. There was literally no use for this because he already had kids. He was old. Not to mention, he probably wouldn't be able to make any more kids with Viserra. And Viserra was so down on the inheritance line, it wouldn't really matter anyway. But Viserra's like, you know, he's got grandsons, sons, probably great-grandsons that were her age or a little older. But I think she knew, in the way that the rest of the fandom says, that Alysanne was doing it to punish her. Because Alysanne saw Alyssa and Balon as a reflection of her and Viserys, because, you know, they were so perfect for each other and shit, even though they were literally forced to be around each other all the time and really couldn't have any other friends. Plus, Alyssa was written to be a giant pygmy show, which I think is like a great disservice because she sounds like she could have been really interesting. But anyway, so she saw her daughter Viserra, who a lot of people say she was probably jealous of because Alysanne was described as being pretty plain compared to other Targaryen women. And the fact that Viserra was described as beautiful, a lot of people think that she was jealous of Viserra and she wanted to punish her for basically trying to break up her one true pairing. So she was going to marry her off to some old man up north that really wouldn't benefit any house. It was just to get rid of her. So that night that Viserra was like, you know, I'm going to go have one more night of fun before I go out there and freeze, I think she was planning on killing herself. Maybe not by throwing herself off the horse, but maybe like her sister walking into the bay or jumping off a cliff, well, a tower or something. Except when she fell off the horse that night, you know, maybe in that moment she was like, fuck it, might as well. So she intentionally raced her horse into the wall and herself because she didn't want to be married to a guy that she didn't love, she didn't care for, and she probably felt like her parents didn't love her. And they probably didn't, because it seems like every child that Alysanne and Jaehaerys had after like the first 3 or 4, they didn't really care about them.